will be Our speaker will be Matt Musgrove, and he's been a member of our club since March of 2023. Why did he join? Couple of reasons. He joined to fulfill his need to develop communication and leadership skills. He feels that those are the two vital things necessary to achieve success in life. He is currently working on level 1 of the leadership development pathway, and this is his third speech. The purpose of Matt's speech tonight is to learn the basics of presenting with engaging vocal variety and compelling body language. We all have our own needs to fulfill. There are consequences, both good and bad. If we choose to satisfy these needs, we can choose to satisfy them or we can choose to ignore them. How do you figure out what those needs are and how do you meet them? The answer to both of these questions are going to be in Matt's speech. His speech is entitled, Listen to Your Heart. You really need to. Please welcome Matt Musgrove.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster, and welcome, fellow Toastmasters, and we don't have any guests. So I want to have a raise of hands. So who here has just done something completely different than what they normally would do? Like, I'm just going to go and just do something completely on a wild hair. So how many? Got about 5, 6, 7. How many of you have done that with like a career? Just completely changed careers. All right. And how many of you, by doing that, won a silver medal at the Olympics? None? None? 0? Okay. Okay. So I want to tell you a quick story about Lauren Gibbs. Now, Lauren Gibbs went to Yale. She went into business, and she had always done sports her entire life. But what she felt was corporate America, being in that world, was her dream job and where she wanted to end up being. And that's what she did. She went into sales, and she ended up becoming a sales manager for a huge company. And when she got there, she was so excited to be there. She was so happy that she went to school, she finished it up, and she got where she wanted to be. And what she saw was beige, a world of beige, beige walls, beige cubicles, beige this, beige that. And she asked herself, what am I doing? Is this really what I wanted to do? And eventually, she kept up her fitness and her working out, and she was at the gym, and she was in Colorado, near Colorado Springs, and her friend was there, and her friend was on the US rugby team, and he's watching her, weightlift, and he's going, how much do you deadlift? About 400 pounds. Okay, leaves, comes back. How much can you power squat? About 375 pounds. Okay, leaves, comes back. You should try it for the bobsled team. And she's like, what is this? What the heck is this? And she decides, as a joke, okay, yeah, I'll do it, right? So she goes there. Something about this opportunity said, I should at least give this a try. She gave it a try, and she was asked to come back. She was asked to come back a second time and a third time. And eventually, she stuck it out. But she quit her job. She quit her dream job where she was making, buku money for a place where she wasn't making any money. She was living in an Olympic village, in a tiny dorm with hundreds of other potential Olympians with no guarantee whatsoever of doing anything with that experience. But she stuck it out. Eventually, she was put on the Olympic team, and with her partner, she won silver medal at the Pyeongchang Olympics in 2018. So this is a perfect example to me of following your heart, listening to what those internal needs that we have, listening and being willing to experiment and give different things a try. When we do that, our lives can be so much more fulfilling, so much more meaningful, so much more than just living to make ends meet, or to have a career, or to find success, to earn money. And that is what where I'm at right now, is what are my needs? Like, what do I need to do in my life? What is it that really makes me like tick? What is it that really makes me go? And I've sort of figured a few things out, right? So for me, I am a very creative person. I got into my career because I took a computer science AP class in high school. And I didn't know what that was, right? I just liked playing computer games, and I thought computers were cool. So computer science, that sounds interesting. And I found that I really, really enjoyed coding. I really enjoyed working with code and making things work and seeing how things put together. And the other kids were like, oh, this stuff is boring and I don't like this and blah, 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 blah. But I found that is something that really makes me tick. You know, another thing is electronic gadgets. I love electrical engineering. There's a platform called Arduino or Raspberry Pi, and there's a few others where it's like a motherboard, and you can connect different components. And what I did was I found a water valve that I could turn on and off electronically through a computer program that I wrote, and I wanted to have like an automated gardening system, right? And I had a reservoir, and I had water pumps, and I had all these things put together, and I finally made it work. And when I made it work, I was like, yes, it actually works. It turns on the water, and it pumps the water, and it opens the valves, and it sends it to the right plant that I want to water. And it was just amazing. But I stopped doing all those. Like, I stopped doing that, and I stopped doing coding and things on the side because I felt other things were more important. And what I'm realizing now is I need to get back to those things that like make me tick, that make me get up in the morning, that motivate me to get out there and be successful and do things. And the other thing that I noticed is when I don't use that creativity, when I don't use those talents that I know that I have, at night, when I'm trying to get to sleep, that creativity is kind of in there going like, you know, hey, remember that thing that you were doing earlier? Oh, we could do this, and then you could do that, or you could, do it this way, or maybe you could do this. Oh, here's an idea. And I can't get to sleep, and I'm like, ugh, I need to get to sleep, but all I can do is think about this project that I have. So what I've realized is how important it is to figure out what those needs are, to listen to my intuition, to my heart, and follow that, and live a fulfilling, successful life. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you very much. I want to